What's this? A 5-page report on the Mongols. Well, that doesn't sound like the best way to show you understand the Mongols. Dear Miss Roberts and Mr. Rucki, what's a great way to show I understand something without writing a long paper? Sincerely, Sally. Well, Sally, there are several different types of interesting presentations. Now, a few things you should know about the history of presentations. The classic presentation often had a professor standing in front of you who would lecture on various topics, and while it was tended to be full of information, it could be quite boring and oftentimes tiresome. Now, with the advent of PowerPoint presentations, many of you have had the chance to watch your fellow classmates stand in front of you with their back turned to you as you try to quickly write down what they're saying, when of course you could have just simply gotten this as a handout and skipped the whole process altogether. Today, you're going to use a flip cam and iMovie to make an exciting presentation with all this great technology. Today, we're also going to talk about using this information to learn more about Asia and the empires and dynasties found there. Yeah, Asia! While in Asia, we're going to study the remnants of the old Roman Empire, which became known as the Byzantine Empire, the Mongols of Central Asia, who rode across with terrifying speed, and feudal Japan, a society that blended violence and eloquence. Oh yeah, you're right. There are some important things to remember about this project. In fact, looking at this document will help us to understand where we should start. First, I can't stress enough to read and follow directions. Then, the first step you're going to want to do is follow the steps. Find your partners in your groups that are posted on the board and get to work from 1 all the way to 8. Then you're probably going to ask yourself, well, what's the timeline for this, Mr. Rucki or Miss Roberts? And as you can see on your handout, that is there as well. Finally, how am I going to be graded? Well, you're going to be graded, of course, on your presentation and the content in your presentation. We'll also look at quizzes and other things as well. And lastly, don't forget to work as a team, work well as a team. There's a rubric for this too. And of course, filling out the vocabulary. That's going to be a vital thing to have. And of course, you're going to need to fill out this information regarding the content page. Very important that this is where you're going to need to fill this out first. Use this not only for the test, but of course this is the basis of your video. So you're probably wondering, well, what should my video look like? What kind of things do I want to have in there? Interesting maps and diagrams will always work well. People always make a presentation better. Well, maybe not all people. And don't forget to label, and label those important people. And have fun. This is a good time. And so, while there's a lot of different ways to give a good presentation, it's important to remember a couple of key things. One, to make your presentation interesting by using lots of transitions, good videos, and in other important labeling. Two, really important to follow directions written out in your packet. And three, don't forget to have a good time with this and make it creative. No, I won't write that paper for you.